نجما يشع بأنوار وألوان مبارك زوجها جاءت على درار زوجا نقاي بتتويج وإبهار.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today we are starting the second session for the Surah Ikhlas, and I'm so thankful to you all, the ones who have come and they are attending, and the ones who are listening to it now. I know it's hard to take out times, but we all have to make efforts to acquire knowledge. Why do we do that? We do it for our own selves so that we can improve, and also for our children. The reason for me and you to come in this session is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want him to acknowledge, even if no one knows, we have to have the complete assurance in ourselves that Allah is the one who's watching us, and He is the one who's seeing us doing effort to raise our children in the best possible way we can, right? So I'm not doing it only for you guys as a parent or teacher, but I'm also doing it for myself, because these lessons are always a reminder for me as well. So let's start with the Raising Quran Loving Kids sessions. And again, I'm going to mention these are proven teaching strategies, and you can apply them for any age, honestly, any age. Let's begin with the name of Allah. Surah Ikhlas, session 2. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillah. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Allahumma aj'al amali kullahu saliha waj'alhu liwajhika khalisa wa la taj'al li ahadin fihi shay'a. O Allah, make all my deeds righteous and make them sincere to attain your countenance, and do not make anything of it for anyone. Dua for ease. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. My Lord, expand for me my breast, and ease for me my task, and untie the knot from my tongue, that they may understand my speech. I always say that listening is the first skill that you have to work on. If you want reading, speaking, writing to be better for your kids, always focus on listening first. We ourselves play as a role model. Parents themselves, first we have to say, and then the children are going to listen to us, and then they are going to perform. If we are doing it, it's even better. They are looking at us, and then they are learning. I still remember the kirat of my father. Every day in the morning, after Fajr prayers, I could hear his voice, though he's not in this world, but his echo, his sound, his intonations, everything still is in my mind. So I just like that, I'm sharing a story from my childhood. I'm letting you know it really matters. If you are reciting Quran every day in the morning and your children listen to it, they definitely take it inside them. They make it a part of their brain. They make it a part of their personalities. They make it a part of them between 0 to 6 years. But it's never too late. I've always mentioned listening is important. And what I remember is since I was 12, I used to observe that, and every single day. So, memories can be from any age. Okay. So please, let's listen to this beautiful one. This is going to be a peer learning for your kids if they are watching. When they see children like them reciting, it's even more encouraging, because you learn from your peers. That's a peer learning technique.
أعوذ بالله من
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Subhanallah, I can listen to it again and again because the kid, the beautiful voice, and look at the eagerness, look at the love of the child when she is reciting. Honestly, this just brings so much light in your day and so much energy in your day. Okay. So this is the translation for Surah Ikhlas, and we all know that we can make the language simpler as per the age. So this is one activity that I did with one of my nieces. So my sister-in-law's daughter has painted this for me. I've been waiting for this painting since a long time. When she was ill and she was in the hospital, I asked her if she could paint something from my home. It was since then she started painting it. Isn't it beautiful? She is just 12 years old, but she made this beautiful painting for me. This time when I visited her, she lives in Houston. So this time when I visited her, I had an idea, why not engage her into Surah Ikhlas? And then ask her if she remembers. So she did remember. She recited it so well. She herself has got a beautiful kirat and she did it. And then I asked her, can you find out the meaning for it for me? Can you search up the translation? And then she went through so many different translations. And it was just an activity. I asked her, oh, can you find another one? Can you find a simpler one? It's just that I wanted her to be engaged into the translation for more time. So I asked her to find it from 5 different places. She did find out. And you know what? Guess what? Of course, she used AI also. That's absolutely fine. And she used internet. She Googled it for me. Then I asked her if she has got a small little, library where she can find out. And, things like this went on and on. And finally, we selected one and she wrote one. So first she practiced it on a separate paper. I asked her to write down on a separate paper so that she's not making a mistake. And you know what? This painting is so precious to me. So I told her that, I want you to write in the best way you can. And you know what? Why I was doing that, the aim in my mind was so she can write it again and again. If she practices more while she's writing, this is going to fix in her mind, right? The more you do it, the better it is for you. So she just imagine so many places she found out, she read it so many times, then she wrote it so many times, and then finally we put that in her, we added that in her painting. This painting is now complete. And this is so lovely, so lovely. And why this precious? Because especially I had such a wonderful time with her and we came up with this art project. You can also do such projects with your kids. It's just that don't let them feel that you are actually teaching them this. It's just you have to think, you have to be creative yourself. You have to think that as if you are giving them a reason to learn it. So the biggest reason for me is my new home. And I sent her a picture of the empty wall first. I first told her that I want a painting for this wall. Can you make something for me? And then we started all this. And then Allah just helped her and Allah just helped me to be more creative and to bring down this in a lesson for you. So thank you so much for watching this and listening to it. So why I'm mentioning this is it's very, very important. It's important for the children to know why they are doing things. It's not like a something that they should do without any reason. If there is a purpose in an activity, they do it with interest. So just like you saw a video of the girl before this, she might be knowing already that, oh, this is being recorded and it's going to go, on the media. So, you see, Do you see the why I'm saying they should know the reason? They should know the reason why they are doing it. Then you can bring more interest into their work. In the name of Allah, the most loving and kind. Say, Allah is one and only. Allah is forever. He needs no one, and everyone needs him. He was not born, and he does not have children. There is nothing and no one like him. So, first, you have to make them feel it. I always say involve all five senses so that it's a long lasting learning for them. So, I made her feel how important she is. I made her feel that there is nobody like her, that she is unique in her skills. The skills that she have are really unique, and that the painting that she's making, I'm not going to put any other painting on that wall. That wall is empty, and there is only going to be one painting on that wall. Do you see how I'm bringing all the experience of Surah Ikhlas in her life? I have to make her feel this. Then only she can understand the translation of Surah Ikhlas. It's very, very important. One and only one, nobody likes it, you know. So give them experiences, and then you can connect the child to the surah, and then definitely it's going to make sense to them. Okay, can you see a family of flowers here? You can represent, you can talk about it. Okay, if I give flowers to a family, how many family members are there in this family? There are 5 flowers, so 5 family members. Is your family of 5 family members? Just questions. And then she would say, oh yes, in my family there are 4, the mom and dad, and me and my sister. She will definitely reply to it, right? And then this is going to again make it tell her that we are because of somebody in this world. I came in this world because of my mom and dad, right? So I was born through somebody. But of course, in the back of the mind, they should always have that Allah made her, and Allah made her special. But then finally, she would come to the questions then, okay, I made this painting. This flower is created by me. So, you know what? Now you have to bring it mind. She is experiencing all this. This is my creativity. I created it. But giving birth is different. Mom didn't make me. She didn't create me, but I was born through her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Give her all these experiences. Ask her questions. So she's a 12-year-old girl, and I'm asking questions. And then we are also involved in an activity. So giving her all the experiences, then also putting it on the wall, which is completely empty and there is no other painting. All these are experiences. If you help a child learn through experiences, those impressions last for long. Okay, if you can create some activity similar to it with the younger child, 0 to 6, you're definitely making a part of his brain if you're helping the child experience. Now let's see what she wrote. Say He is Allah, the One. Allah is the eternal refuge. He does not give birth, nor was he born, and there is nothing like him. Okay, then I wanted to bring her attention to the verses also of this surah, so this could fix in her mind. So I asked her how many flowers, and she said 5. But can you tell me how many verses are there in Surah Ikhlas? And then she counted and she told me 4. So, like that's how you just, and she didn't realize even that I'm teaching her Surah Ikhlas. She didn't even realize it. Why? Because all of it was in a form of an activity. Now, concept of Ahad, Surah Ikhlas is a beautiful concept because we know Ahad, Al-Ahad is a special name of Allah, right? And it means one. It's not like 1, 2, and 3. No, because it's not going to increase right? So it's only going to remain one. It's not going to change. It's always one. He is always one, and he will be always one, and there is none like him. So Montessori has beautiful material here that can be used in the classroom to give them comparison. Now you can see number rods is the first one, the first and foremost maths material that is shown in the Montessori classroom. And then you can see number one on top, that is just one rod. And then the rod of two is double the size, and it has got one and two. Then three is the triple the size, and it has got 1, 2, and 3. But once I'm done with all these rods, and this is what we give to the child sometimes before 4 and sometimes at the age of 4, because the maths concepts are harder, they come a little later, even if they are 0 to 6 years. So I'm going to give them around 4 years. So that's the best age, I would say, to give them this material and explain them the concept. So if he has practiced a lot with these number rods, I can put all the number rods away and just number one on the mat. None other rod on mat, only number one. So that is, I'm going to say, then I'm going to introduce him the concept of Alahad. Now, in the number two, one is included, right? And number three, one is included. So I'm going to specify to him in number one, there is no other. So when he goes on to number two rod, it's not like the part of number two or part of number three. No, it's just one and only on its own. So one number one rod on the mat. If I'm going to do the beads, they use these beads also to make teen numbers, like 10 and 1 makes 11, 10 and 2 makes 12. So I can take the beads. If he has already worked on the beads, I'm just going to pick up the red bead on the top and then put it in an empty box and then give him a concept. This is only one and only. Because in number 2, he can see that 1 is a part of 2. And in number 3, he can see 1 is a part of, and 2 is a part of 3. But this number 1 is only one. So I'm going to keep the triangle away once he has done it, and then just pick up the 1 and put it in a box or a tray and just show him 1 to give him a concept of ahad, and that there is no number after that. Because I'm showing a picture of a whole also to him. It's not only picture, but we also have material in the classroom. So this the child can actually feel also, okay? So now what's the concept? The concept is giving him the feeling with hands, what does only one means. I'm not going to say this is Allah. No, definitely not. Please keep in mind, don't get confused. These are numbers. First, I'm giving a lesson on numbers. First, I have to bring clarity to her mind what is just one and only one, okay? So and then they do counter and cards. In counter and cards, we take counters and number 1. This I'm going to do all the numbers first, and then just pick out one counter and one symbol, so that I can relate to the symbol and say this is only one, and I'm going to talk to you about just one, that is only one, okay? I haven't touched Surah Ikhlas yet. It's all pre for the child who's learning this, not post. So this is a pre-activity, you can imagine. Now these are golden bead materials, such a beautiful material in a Montessori classroom, which I can use, because in this also I can compare how does 1 is different from 10, and how 10 is different from 100, and how 100 is different from 1000. They actually feel it. So that's how we give numbers to children who are in between 0 to 6 years. And I can definitely give this tray to a 4.5-year-old child. And then I can take a tray and just bring bead one golden bead on it, and give him a concept that this is just one and only one, and there is no number after it. Because when I give him number 10 bar, there are so many numbers after it. And if I give him a square of 100, there are so many numbers in the 100. I hope what I'm trying to explain, you got that. I hope so. If not, you can always write in chat and ask questions at the end. This is just to give a concept of one and only, okay? I haven't started Surah class yet. It's a pre-activity. Okay, now when the child has learned so many times the beads, the golden beads, so and the teen bead, so I'm going to show, and now the colors are fixed in his mind. He knows that number 1 is red color, number 2 is green color, number 3 is pink color, and number 4 is yellow color. He has used many times, and he has sequenced and made a triangle many times. So now he can do sequences if he has learned Surah Ikhlas. So first would be the listening, of course. Then only I can bring him to reading and writing. I can definitely give this to a child who is 5 years old now. I can. Why? Because the child picks up the language just by seeing it. You don't even have to do separate letters if you haven't done, but you can. It's not that you can. From the age of 3 you can start giving him Arabic letters, which would be separate Arabic letters in sandpaper letter form, and I can show you sandpaper letters in my next session. But for now you have to understand that this is something that the child is doing around 5 years of age. Okay, so he has listened to it, the Surah class, many times. He knows how to read it, and if not, he can just look at the picture and read it, like how you give stories to them, and because they are in sensitive period for order, they just pick the order. And because they are in sensitive period for movements, so they just look at it and they pick up the order. And also they have an absorbent mind, so they are going to look at the surah, because it's a very small surah. The best thing about it is you can teach it to any age group, even a child who has just started talking, 2-year-old. You can easily teach the child and he can memorize it, because it's a very small surah, right? We are blessed that's though it is small, but it has got so many blessings, like 1/3 blessings of the Quran, if we can understand, like equal to the blessings of 10 and 10 juices, right? So if your child learns it by heart and he's reciting it and he's doing activities with it, and the more time he repeats, the more blessings he's getting. And the more blessings he's getting, you will be rewarded too, right? So you can first help him learn the whole surah and give him the picture of whole. I always say in the Montessori principle, we give the picture of whole. So give a picture of whole and show him the sequence first. And then recite many times. And then you will see automatically, whether he's 3 years, whether he's 4 years, he's going to start reciting it, and you will be like, oh, he can read. That's like he's picking up through his observation, and that is being captured and being stored in his mind. And because his mind is like a sponge, it's an absorbent mind, so that it's going to fix there. And then later, the later activities I've just done for you, it's an interesting one. You cut it out. Before cutting out, you can color it, so just like how you can see in the picture. So I let the child make a border of red, or you can even let the child color red in this. Or in the verse number 1, you can let the child color red, because in the colored bead bars, one is on the top, and that is red color, right? Because of that. And then you can look, number 2 is green, so I let the child color in the verse number 2, because my purpose here is also to fix in his mind when he is 5 years old that there are 4 verses in Surah Ikhlas. So my aim is that he is able to read it, he's able to sequence it, and he is able to memorize that there are 4 verses in the Surah Ikhlas. So this activity is definitely going to make sense to him, and he's going to learn a lot, because he's now so many sensitive periods are being involved here. So sensitive period for developing through senses, because colors are involved here. So he's looking at the colors and he's fixing the colors to the verses. So as-samad, the second one is green, and the third, lam yalid walam yulad, is pink, because the bead bar number 3 is pink. And then Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad is 4, and you can see the bar for the bead bar for 4 is yellow. You can cut it out, and now when you ask him to sequence, can he sequence? He can sequence in many ways. And why would he sequence? Because he's in sensitive period for developing movements. He loves to repeat again and again. You would not, but he would. You are an adult, but your child is in 0 to 6 years, and he loves movement. He is in motor sensorial age. He is learning through senses, and he's learning through movements. So, verse number 1, why is it going to be red? Because it's a red color and he knows from bead bars, right? So he's going to arrange it very quickly, but just looking at the colors. He would do it. Honestly, he would do it just to save time. So don't worry, that's okay. Because he's read it so many times before. And now just imagine, even if 3-year-old child or a 3.5-year-old or 4-year-old who has done these bead bars will be able to arrange it. Why? Because they have worked with the bead bars. This is how you associate material with the learning part, that you have made it. This is an abstract concept, but you are giving it through materialized abstraction, because when you're involving material, you're involving a great learning into it. Okay. Now, always involve poems into elaborate your concepts. Still a pre-activity is going on. Now, this is one of the pre-activities. So previously there was a direct activity, there was a main activity, but this is one of the pre-activities. You can just elaborate further, or it can also be a post-activity if you want to introduce kalama along with this, because it's all about Allah, right? So I did a mask activity in my classroom where I gave some children to make some mask, and I can show you the mask activity here. We did it in the class.
Line sister, who's your maker? By whose will do you call? And do you swim? Who controls everything? That's my Lord, the elegant.
This was one of the activity. Okay. So we can go back. Okay. And then we did it, the mask activity we did after listening to this song, and children really love this song. The reason is we want to give them a concept. Still we are on to Surah Ikhlas. Surah Ikhlas, I can spend days and days giving lessons on Surah Ikhlas, because it's all about Allah. It's all about Allah, and the concept that everything is dependent on Him is that is the aim behind, in your mind, and you're giving poem. Alhamdulillah, it is such a beautiful poem, completing all the concepts that you can easily give for Surah Ikhlas. Now, emphasizing on the word as-samad, Allahu Samad. Allah, the eternal refuge, can be explained so well, because everybody needs Allah, because when He's making everything, definitely everyone needs Allah, right? But the word also means one who is independent and self-sufficient. He does not need anyone or anything, but everyone and everything needs Him. Since everything is in need of Him, everything and everyone returns to Him. So I can share an example of a fish in my classroom. So we had a fish in my classroom, and then it died. But people here, like, they think that it's we shouldn't be talking about that too much in front of the kids. We should. Some people think like that, but you know what? If things like this happen, we should talk about it, because all of us are going to go one day to the one, to our maker, right? We have to go back to Allah. So when things like this happen, it's a best opportunity to tell them that, okay, now let's go, we are going to bury this fish inside the land. And we took the fish and we took it in the garden and we buried it inside it. And then I gave the concept that, okay, everything that dies, just it perishes, and now that is in the land is going to perish. And then this is how we return back to Allah. So it gave me an opportunity, you can say that, to explain the child how it is when somebody dies and goes into the earth, right? Okay, this is one of the craft works. You can do it with 9 to 12 years. So somebody gifted me, and I thought, why not do an activity? These are fridge magnets, and beautiful fridge magnets, and all of them were so beautiful that when the one who wanted to gift it to me, she showed me, I said, I want all of them. But she actually gave me one. She said, no, for you there is only one, because I have to gift it to others as well. So just through experiencing that, I came with an idea, why not do this activity with the kids? And I gathered all the children, and I put all the fridge magnets in a box, in a container, and I let them choose. And then each one of them chose one, and then I asked them that, why do you want to choose this? Honestly, every single magnet is so beautiful. Again, I would say that I wanted them all, but because I had two kids, so just two came with me, but the rest went to others, and that's okay. It's just a part, just a light part I wanted to share with you. So let's read each fridge magnet, because every fridge magnet is a beautiful one, very easily available. I guess Timo, these are available on Timo, and you can order them and then do this activity with the kids. And it could be that because of your deep trust in Allah, He accepts your dua, because we are dependent on Him. So whom are we going to ask to? Allah, right? So they gave beautiful explanation why they wanted to select it. Okay, don't be sad. Pain in this dunya is temporary, so handle it with sabr. Allah is with the patient. Isn't it beautiful? Every single magnet is beautiful. And pray for His forgiveness. Indeed, He is ever ready to show mercy. And this is a verse, sorry, it's really small, but you can, just expand the screen and see which one it is. Allah has a beautiful destination waiting at the end of your painful journey. Okay, now this is someone selected this, and they had their own reason for why. Be with someone who loves you for the sake of Allah. Be with someone who loves you for the sake of Allah. This one is the one that I selected. Okay, so let's finish it here, and I'm going to take your questions. And just wait, there are so many more activities coming up which you can do with different age groups. And every Thursday, 10 a.m. for US here, San Francisco, 10 a.m. here, and 10 p.m. in Pakistan. So every Thursday, I conduct these lessons just to share teaching strategies with you guys. If you're a teacher, please make the use in your classroom. If you're a mother, make the use of these activities at home. If you are an aunt, or even if you are an uncle listening to it, make use of these activities with the children around you and connect them to Quran in the best way. I am just making teaching easier for you. I'm just making Quran teaching easier for you, and how you can connect your children to Quran. And thank you so much, and may Allah accept our effort for you joining this session and for me conducting this session.